Hi everyone, and welcome back to Innovaticalls. I am Professor Nikki Eshtiaqi, and I am really glad you are here. A few weeks ago, I published an episode comparing career paths in academia and industry. Since then, many students, early career professionals, and research graduates reach out with more questions. They ask me to go deeper, to help them figure out where and how to begin their journey, and how to plan for a meaningful and successful career. If you haven't seen that earlier episode, I really recommend watching it first. I will include the link in the description below. Now, before we begin, I wanted to say something important. What I am going to share with you today may feel overwhelming at first, especially if you are at the beginning of your study or just starting to explore career idea. But don't worry, in the coming episode, we will take each step and concept more deeply, so you will feel more supported and prepared. This is just the starting point, and you are not alone. Whether you are a student choosing your study direction, a recent graduate thinking about your next step, or professional in the early stage of your career, this episode is for you. One of the most common questions I received was, Nikki, we are confused. Where should we start? When does the job hunting process even begin? It's a very real question. And I wanted to start by saying this. Job hunting is not the first question to ask. Instead of focusing only on job hunting, I encourage you to shift your thinking toward of something much deeper, career planning. When we think only about job hunting, we often feel rushed or stressed, as if we are chasing a vacancy, sending out dozens of the application, hoping one will stick. But career planning is not about chasing, it's about building. It's about understanding who you are, what drives you, and what kind of life you want to create. And then aligning your action step by step to match that direction. This shift in perspective makes a huge difference. When you move from what job can I get to what kind of career do I want it to build, your confidence grows, your decision become clearer, and your job search become more intentional. And here is something important to keep in mind as we continue. Job planning, which we are going to explore step by step, will help you and equip you with a perception to view and plan your future with more clarity, long-term goals and visions, and flexibility when there are changes, whether in your own interest or in a situation around you. It is part of our strategic planning to achieve a more fulfilling and satisfying life, whether in our personal or professional lives. Now, here is something many of you may not realize. Career planning starts from within you. Even if you are never thought about it in this way, you have already begun choosing your field of study, selecting your courses, pursuing your interests. These are all early steps in planning your career. You are already on the path. Even if it doesn't feel that way yet, career planning is about more than just your qualification. It's about self-awareness. Ask yourself, what kind of problem do I feel motivated to solve? Do I enjoy a structured environment or more flexible one? Do I prefer deep research and exploration or fast-paced applied work? Do I want to contribute to my community, solve global challenges, or create my own initiative? These are not easy questions, and your answer may evolve over the time. But starting to ask them now can guide you more effectively than any job listing ever will. Now, let's very briefly explore the three main paths student and early career professional usually consider: academia, industry, and independent work. First, academic career. This path often appeals to those who enjoy deep thinking, long-term project, teaching, and publishing. If you find yourself excited by research questions, engaging with a student, or imagining your work shaping theory and knowledge, this may be the right fit. But academic career can be competitive and often require patience. Many roles are tied to the funding cycle or limited in availability. That's why clear focus and mentorship are important. Second, industry career. Industry role tends to be faster paced and driven by application and result. You might work in research and development, operation, consulting, or management, depending on your field. The good news is that many companies value the critical thinking and problem solving skill that a student and researcher bring. Industry job can also offer clear advancement pathway, higher initial salary, and more geographical flexibility, especially for those seeking global mobility. Third, self-directed or independent paths. Some students and graduates dream of launching their own project, whether it is nonprofit, a consulting business, a local startup, or freelance work. These paths can be deeply fulfilling, especially if you are motivated by creativity, freedom, and social impact. It's not always easy, and it often comes with uncertainty. But if you are someone who enjoys autonomy and is willing to learn from trial and error, it can be a powerful way to grow, especially if you start small and learn along the way. Remember, there is no right or wrong path. You might combine these at a different stage of your life. You might move between them. The key is to start aligning your current effort with where you wanted to go. The next question we may ask is, when does job hunting really begin? Here it is the truth. Job hunting starts long before you send your first application. It begins when you build relationship in your field with professor, classmate, and professional. Take internships, volunteer work, or research opportunity, even short ones. Attend seminars, industry events, or local meetups. Polish your communication and presentation skill. Learn how to tell your story, not just what you have studied, but what you have learned about yourself. These actions form your professional identity. They help you build a reputation, and when the time comes to apply for a job, you are not starting from zero. You already have something to stand on. So don't wait for graduation to start. You are already in motion. Make each step intentional. Let me say this again. If you are just beginning your study and you are wondering about your future, you are not too early. If you are just graduated and are feeling uncertain, you are not too late. And if you are in your early career and asking deeper questions, you are exactly where you need to be. Career planning is a lifelong process. It evolves with you. The most powerful things you can do today is to start asking better questions. Not just what job can I get, but what kind of contribution do I want it to make? And in the next episode, we will dive deeper in this journey, exploring what strategy works best in today's job market, how to build a strong foundation for your career planning, the real truth about the different job sectors that are often overlooked, how to prepare effectively for interview, how to build meaningful professional network, and many more questions that you have been asking me. I am truly excited to walk this path with you and to share not only my own experiences but also insight from colleagues across academia and industry. I hope this episode gave you a clear foundation to build from. Please let me know in the comments, where are you in your journey? Are you at the beginning of your study, just graduated, or in your early career stage. Your question helps shape future episode. Because this channel is here to address practical needs, real struggle, and often encouragement and strategy, especially for a student and graduate in countries where opportunity feel limited. I believe in your potential and I believe in the change you can bring to your community. So keep going, one thoughtful step at a time. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who might need it. I am Professor Nikki Eshtiaqi, and this is Innovaticalls.